In just a few weeks, President Trump has done more for DC residents than Democrats did in 50 years. And this can be replicated in other crime-ridden cities across the nation. As President Trump has said, all of these elected officials in charge have to do is pick up the phone and ask for the president and the federal government's help.
So you hear it there, the White House touting President Trump's federal takeover of the D.C. police force. That has prompted a huge wave of Democratic criticism. But now the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, may be taking a page out of the president's book. Peter Doocy joining us live at the White House with more on this. Hi, Peter.
But, Bill, they're calling it something different. Governor Newsom thinks that something called a suppression team is superior to a National Guard deployment. He thinks these suppression teams have already had luck in Bakersfield and San Bernardino, so they're going to try to make state police more visible and more involved with local crime prevention on a statewide level.
Crime's an issue, and we want to tackle it, and we continue to do more in that space. And we announced and highlighted some of the expansion, what is not contradictory, respectfully.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I cannot stand the way this guy talks. It pisses me off every time I hear his voice because I know he's just a crook. After everything he has done, all of a sudden you've been fighting Trump, you've been trying to do this podcast thing, nothing is working out for Gavin Newsom. Anything he's trying to do, thinking that it's gonna lead him the way to the White House, being the president. No way in hell that's gonna happen. If you're actually paying attention to what's going on in this country, especially in California with this governor, you would know that he is not the one that's going to lead this nation. He needs to be de-seated from California, and somebody needs to step in and clean up California. All of a sudden, he wants to work with law enforcement to help battle crime. Why? Why now? Why didn't you do this the moment you got stepped into office?
Is that we're doing it in partnership with our local communities. We did it in partnership with the Biden administration prior. We're not talking about the nationalization, the militarization of the Guard and militarizing United States cities.
But White House officials think Democratic leaders are doing their constituents a disservice by failing to pick up the phone and ask for a National Guard deployment.
This is our message to Americans in Democrat-run cities nationwide. Decline is a choice. You don't have to live in constant fear of being robbed, raped, or murdered. Your leaders are lying to you, and they have been failing you for decades.
And when you talk to officials around here at the Trump White House, they think that the success with cleaning up D.C. over the last couple of weeks since the beginning of August is one of the second term's biggest successes. Back to you.
Well, Peter, before you go, can you tell us a little bit about what we're learning regarding Kamala Harris and her Secret Service detail?
Yes, a White House official texted me this morning to confirm that her Secret Service detail has been suspended. The Harris people have told us that they don't have any reason to, no reason was given for the suspension. But there are two important points about this. Point number one, vice presidents typically only get 6 months of protection after leaving office, but Joe Biden extended hers. And the other point here, she has got a book tour that starts on September 24th. She and her publishers and her hosts will now be responsible for footing the bill for private security. That is going to be a huge expense. Dana and Bill.
And Peter, we're heading into the holiday weekend here. Is the White House liking what they're seeing when it comes to gas prices?
Yes, and this morning when I was asking some officials about something else, they said, why don't you let people know that gas prices are the lowest in 4 years? And so we do have a chart right here. It shows lowest Labor Day weekend, I should say, in 4 years. $3.79 a gallon in 2022, $3.77 in 2023, $3.29 in 2024, and $3.15 is the projected for this weekend. And officials think the changes in policies are the reason for this decline.
President Trump campaigned on that, right? I want Americans to pay less, and I want them to have more job opportunities. Kind of hard to be opposed to that. But he's actually pursued policies and messaging to deliver just that. Produce more energy in America, you get lower prices, you get more jobs. That's our platform.
And officials here from the president on down still want gas prices to come down lower, below $3 a gallon. They think that can happen once these policies have some more time to take effect.
And I said this in the beginning when I started this YouTube channel, when, you know, Trump was going to become the president. I knew this was going to take a while before the American people start seeing drastic change. A lot of these people on the left, Democrats, were like, well, it's been day one. It's already been a week. Nothing's changed. Trump said he was going to end the war. Prices were going to go down. Grocery prices were going to go down. Wages were going to go up, blah, 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 all this thing. I was like, no, I knew that it was going to take a while. Everybody that, you know, listens and follows and pays attention to what's been going on in this country with our government. And I know that certain things that have been disclosed to the American people have been coming out a lot faster than they typically would under a different administration, but that's just my opinion. I think it was a great idea, getting rid of the Secret Service detail for Kamala Harris. I mean, 6 months for the vice president. She wasn't even the vice president. She didn't do anything while being the vice president for this country at all for the 4 years that she was around. She was drunk probably most of the time, just giving out false information. And then when actually questioned, she couldn't provide good answers. She was always, you know, repeating everything she said in different words. And it's just the word salad. Kamala Harris is known as the word salad woman. So yeah, so there was no point in even talking about Kamala Harris anymore. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody.